Hello, min-maxing tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play some more Final Fantasy Renaissance Solo Bard with me, BlueAnkylo. It's been however many minutes it says there on the timer in-game, plus all the resets, to get to where we are now, which is a level 8 Bard, which honestly might be a little bit higher level than we needed, but, you know, I was just grooving, doing some grinding, it's November, holidays are coming, just hanging out. I have basically made sure I've got strength, agility, vitality every level, so we're probably close to, if not max stats, maybe not intelligence. It's a process. I did find a guide. One of the Renaissance players has uploaded the stat list, just like you can get for the NES, that has every level, all the stats you guaranteed get. So for us, let's say level 9 is the next level for a Bard. I happen to know that you guaranteed get agility, intelligence, and vitality. So if you want strength and luck, well, that's 2 rolls of a 25%. So, you know, there's that. Also, today's music, while we just get intro here, don't worry, there'll be lots of time to grind fighting Garland. This is another Overclock remix album called Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening Threshold of a Dream, should you want to check it out. It is very good. So, let's get to it. Pretty confident we can beat Garland eventually. Maybe not the first try, but I think we can do it. The usual trick is, he's not usually that hard of a first boss for a solo run. 100 damage, or 106 HP. He doesn't hit too hard. You can out-heal him with heal potions-ish. And he has a bit of absorb, so if you're playing like a white mage or something, you could have a hard time hurting him. And we're kind of like a white mage, except our weapon ignores armor. So we're a little bit stronger, maybe. So, 9 damage. We might want to keep count. We're not off to a great start. It's 22. 35, I am going a little bit fast. 47, do lots of math. This is how I learned math as a kid. 59, doing just fine, honestly. That's 70. Might want to heal a little bit here before we get too low. Sometimes you end up in a loop where he hits you harder than you heal. So let's give that a bit. I think we said 70 damage, so he's like 30 away. That's 3-ish turns. But we need to not die while hitting him, of course. You can see the trouble with the heal potions. We need him to, like, miss us once or twice. One of the reasons we need all that agility. And then we gain. So we might have him now. That should be 79. Oh, he missed again. We're doing good. 87 weak hits. 87. 96. We could hit him, kill him next hit. Yeah. Okay. Good. Hey, we got him first try. Easy peasy. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you could do that a couple levels lower. But honestly, we're going to need those levels. And I figured I might as well do them in between recording anyway, because might as well get it out of the way while you don't have to watch me grind for 2 hours. I do think the pirates will be easier than a thief would have to deal with the pirates. So, we'll see how that goes. I don't think fighting mad ponies is worth our effort. Oh, I did end up buying plenty of potions and stuff. So, trying to get some music going again. Keep getting, like, absolutely silent tracks. It's very weird. Right, so items. We bought a bunch of heals, some pures, some tents. And I have a look of where the next good harps are. The truth is there's not very many good harps. So, we're not going to get big upgrades for a while. I was really hoping I could get 2 attacks, which is 32% hit rate, which would need a 20% accuracy harp. Yeah, that's not happening. Even a 15% accuracy will take me 5 more level ups or something to get it. That's going to be as good as we could do, because we need, like, 2 attacks. Okay, this is just failed to run. We're not going to mess with that. Let's see how we do on our trip to... why am I attacking Gerwolves? We can't win that fight. We can't beat very many things, let's be honest. We can run. And just pray, basically. You could probably spam some tents to save if you're really struggling here. Getting ambush sucks. Maybe... Yeah, okay, we should be good. Okay, I don't predict a huge trouble here, but, you know, it is a spoony bard, so maybe 9 pirates won't kill us. We can buy some gloves. 50% more armor, you know? That's an upgrade. Yeah, okay, 2000 XP. I don't want to get a level up on a boss, because very hard to, you know, stat max. I kind of think we'll one-shot them all, though. Yeah, this might be one of the easier solo pirate fights. Maybe about as easy as the fighter, who just takes no damage. Anyone with chain armor just laughs it off. In case you're wondering... Yeah, no harps. Forget that. So, let's continue on our quest. We have a boat. And we're going to need some more money, but we have enough. Well, strictly speaking, I'd also like to buy a copper bracelet, which will require a trip to Dwarf. I don't want to be ambushed. We're supposed to have good luck. What is this? Save. I have some tents. I don't think money is going to be a big short... we're going to need to do a lot of grinding just for levels, so gold probably won't be a huge issue. There's not much to buy. We're not going to be able to beat sharks for a long time. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to beat the Kaizoku yet. So far, all I know I can kill is, like, imps and wolves. And grimps. I can kill grimps. I'm not sure about Gerwolves. They're probably too strong. I will maybe go talk to all the people in Provoka and get all the songs. At some point. It doesn't really matter. I mean, we can do it here. It's actually kind of funny, because normally if I was playing as a bard in a normal group, we'd be excited to get these new songs. And show them off. Because they do... I mean, I will talk about them. I'll show them off. But, a lot of buzz here. Alright. You don't necessarily get one song per town, and the requirements are split between multiple towns, usually. Asps. No thank you. Yeah, our ability to kill enemies... I mean, maybe we could beat up some Sahags. They hit pretty hard. And they're not worth... well, compared to an imp, they're doing okay, I guess. Can we recover? Yeah. Okay, so this should be enough money for a new harp and a copper bracelet. So that's the only upgrade we can really get until we can deal with Marsh. That's a pretty terrible fight with a double shark there. Hooray! Final upgrade. So, we could buy a knife, I guess. Maybe we could buy a knife, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if we're ever going to use them. I didn't actually need the small knife, but hey, this is better than a small knife. So, unfortunately, we're nowhere near a threshold for extra attacks. But in theory, that plus 10 hit rate on the walnut harp would get you there. But the 2 base damage, I mean, I'll take it, right? And I guess we probably will never use the walnut, actually. We'll find another harp with 10 or more % hit rate. Probably before we... How many levels would we need? 10 levels, because we're at 22. So we would need to get to level 18 to get 2 hits on that harp. Not what I want to do. But you do want a copper bracelet. And hey, look, we can use scarves. Oh, wait, that changes the math a little bit. I didn't realize that. You know, keep that in mind for later. I definitely forgot that you could equip... Well, forgot. I don't know if I knew that. But that means we can get an extra attack 5 levels earlier. That does make a difference. So instead of level 18, we can get it at 13. That's reasonable. Or right now, if we had a plus 15% accuracy harp, which exists. Ooh, now I'm thinking. Now I got my thinker brain. If we can get to the 3rd floor of Marsh, which is where the crown is, and get out, which is dubious, we can steal a better harp. Basically relying on our run chance. Our killing... Boy, will that speed up the grinding so much. And I have enough, like, resources in theory. You know what? I will... Let's do a thing. I don't have enough money to save at the inn. So what I will do is I will save here. I need to get enough money to make a separate save slot in here, basically. And I don't know if we can kill anything here. Let's see about an ogre. I mean, you know, the classic. 12 damage. I mean, he's not really any stronger than Garland, right? But do you really want to use, like, 10 potions to kill one ogre? Our damage is so bad. Come on, Bard. Quit being so spoony. I wasn't keeping count, but we must be close. Can we kill a snake? Probably, but we're gonna get poisoned, which means it's a net loss of gold, so that's always a bad play when you're trying to save up. We could try ogre again. Maybe we'll get a crit. Are we playing? Hold on just a sec. It sounded like it was playing multiple different tracks at once in the background, but it's really just one song. Which is weird. I'm just gonna skip it, it's confusing. Alright. It's fine. Oh, there is the in-game bard song, I guess. Maybe that's confusing me. Seems like we're dead. Should we try, I didn't save in the right spot. In theory, we could have tried the Kaizoku fight, but... So I need a way to generate gold other than just fighting millions of imps. It literally might be we need to go Marsh and try for the new harp. Although I still need the 200 gold for the scarf. Kind of wish I'd bought a few less tents or pures or something. I'd also like a way to turn off the harp noise. Hey, we killed... Can you believe it? We killed an ogre, guys. It is possible. Is that faster than the number of imps I could have fought in that time? Maybe. I don't know. It feels better. Okay, I am going to waste some money here because I want a separate slot. Because if this is a huge waste, I'd rather not burn, like, if we can't do this, I'm going to need to use some tents to get to the Marsh Cave. It's just kind of like a net negative 300, and we have to run back. Like, however many tents at 75 gold each, we will be effectively throwing away here for this effort. It might just be a couple, but we got pretty good luck on the walkover. Okay, I can't remember what chest it's in. Is it up, actually? It might be... Yeah, Marsh 3 might be up. It's easier than going down, at the very least. But yeah, what can we win in here? These fights are just brutal. I mean, we literally, like, doubled or... Yeah, we went from 3 absorb to 6 absorb. We should be as good as any other not fighter red mage for here. Actually, Bones you might be able to kill with harp damage. Maybe. But yeah, mostly we just need to get good runs. Actually, this is a fight normally you can't win because they have too much armor. Maybe we do take this fight. They do almost no damage. I think they've got like 40 or 50 health. It's not a lot. It's just normally you just do 1 damage, right? So you could grind on scums, interestingly, for a bard. That's something no one else could really do. They're not bad for XP. They're kind of bad for gold. Interesting. You would use a pure potion. So you'd lose gold fighting them, because you'd be buying pures like crazy. That's something. Good thing I bought that large knife. That was actually probably my biggest mistake. I spent that money. Should have saved it. Well, there we lose. Dead to 1 stun touch. Yeah, that would be the problem with grinding here. You'd have to save... you would have to save... pretty much after every fight, because stun chance is going to kill you. Okay, yeah, so we just kill Bones. That's fine. You might be able to beat Shadows as well, actually. They don't hit too hard. Like, some of these fights in Marsh actually might not be the worst thing for our bard, oddly enough. I think one of these rooms does have his harp. I think it's this chest here, actually. Assuming we don't die. Come on. You're supposed to be fast. You don't wear any armor. Okay, that was not it. It does technically net us a positive GP, though. I guess we should assume we escape. So take a couple easy fights. We will need more levels. Unfortunately, every time I level up, it's going to be a bit of a painful viewer experience where I try to get all my stats, but it's okay. It does seem like the harp is not up here. Well, I'll take this. Same fight again that killed me last time. Come on, run. You spoony bard. Useless. So... Okay. Okay. I guess maybe I focus on the harp. Going upstairs to get some cash is not the worst, but... And I need that. I need to secure the harp and save, basically. Yeah, as much as we could take those fights, this is what will kill us again. Please get a turn. As usual, levels doesn't really change this much. The levels will affect whether or not we can beat the wizards, but against random stun touch, you know, 1 or 2 extra levels isn't going to make much difference. So if we can't do it at level 8, we're not going to be able to do it at level 9 either. But I want to give this a couple shots, because I am seeing a way to bump our damage up pretty drastically here. Now, it's possible that this is in Locked Marsh. My notes don't say the difference. Ooh, this might kill me. Good turn order there. Oh no, that would be real bad. If it's in Locked, that will suck. Sell that for like 400 golds. Sell that for 500. I gotta check all the rooms. You know what? I do kind of think I remember it being unlocked. Oh, no. Why couldn't they give me a harp that didn't suck before we have to fight all the really hard bosses? The bard's not that good. Oh, man. That was lucky. The scorpions definitely hit way too hard. Unless there's like a random extra chest here. Yeah, it'll have to be locked. Oh, no. Well, the good news is we learned a little bit. Like, we can kill scums, bones, maybe shadows. There are some enemies in here that are considerations for a grind. But it's not looking good for that harp. Yeah, so we could bring some money out, but that doesn't do us any good. So the best we can do equipment-wise is the perch harp until we clear Marsh, kill Astos, and get the key. Oh man, I definitely misread that. Well, okay, so there's no access to a 15 accuracy weapon at all. Well, I'm not going to bother with the trip there then. So what can we do with what we've got? I mean, we could get a little bit of money out of Marsh, yes, but that 5% hit rate does nothing until it's a breakpoint, because we never miss anyway. So the scarf, I guess it's one absorb, but that doesn't really matter. We'll get that in a bit. Questions. Can we fight a Kaizoku pack at all? They've got about 50 health. So maybe 3 or 4 attacks. I think like a small pack, maybe? Yeah. Next turn they might start dying. If we get a turn. Well, I think there was a chance. Why is every song... I'm sorry, guys. It's very confusing. It feels like I'm listening to background music, but it's like playing 2 different songs at once. This is better. Just throwing my concentration way off. Can we defeat regular Sahags? Because we need something we can fight that is a bit more efficient than imps, basically. And we probably want to actually save and rest in Corneria for the cheaper... So, a group of Sahags, even 5 of them, looks doable, as long as we're at full. And that gets us 150, that's like 5 or 6 battles against imps. Definitely faster. Yeah, and that's a net positive by a long shot. Okay, that's literally might be the first time I've ever taken a Sahag pack as something I want to fight. Interesting. That means we can go Kaizoku, Sahag, Kaizoku, if we can win any of these fights. Chance to strike first is a good start. So, like, because the Bard does multi-target, his grinding isn't terrible. It's just his damage is so weak, and I really need some way to pump these numbers up. Yeah, like, this was pretty clean. And even that's, again, an imp... If you fight the max number of imps here, 5 imps is 30 experience. So, for about the same duration of fight, we're getting 4 or 5 times that at least. And we can manipulate a little bit here to try Kaizokus. Like, it seems like 2 might be fair, 3 might be a bit tough. So we'll do this for a while. We've got to keep an eye. We're going to be getting close to the level up, actually. Look, not close. We will be heading to that next level up. Oh, how are we going? So really, the next, if we can't get any more weapons, the real breakpoint is how do we kill, ideally, 2 wizards without getting crushed. They've got like 80-something hit points. You can work out our exact average damage if you want. It's just your base damage. There's no enemy absorb. It's very easy. Ignore crits for now, but we do 9 to 18 damage. So that average is, what, 14, I think? 14, that's a lot of turns to kill over 80 HP enemies that can kill us in probably a couple attacks. So, on our next level up, it should go to 10 to 20. But then, assuming we strength max, every 2 levels to get 1 more damage. That's not great. Yeah, these Kaizoku 3 seems doable. Yeah, 180 XP, lots of gold. Yeah, we'll have, we will absolutely be maxed on gold in terms of potions and stuff before we go to Marsh. So, potions and pures, don't worry about all that. Money is solved. I wasn't sure we'd be able to win these fights, but it looks totally fine. So, I'm even greedy enough that I will say 1 is not enough. 4 might be too much, though. Like, we do have a chance to crit, but our base damage is so weak that it doesn't do much. I'm also not sure how we're going to defeat Astos either. I mean, one of the biggest problems with Astos is he's got so much absorb. Weak characters just do 1 damage. We will still do 10 to 20 damage. It's just, okay, so the rule is you can't do 4 Kaizoku. 6 Sahags on ambush, though. Honestly, we maybe should be going for these fights rather than Kaizoku. They hit a bit weaker, I think. A little. We should look at the stats here, honestly. But I could see, like, one-shotting a group of Sahags, or two-shotting, let's say. Not one-shotting, that's too ambitious. Yeah. Maybe this album is just really too experimental for casual listening. Sahag, you are... So, 28 hit points. We definitely can two-shot them, maybe even on average, with our current range. And their damage 10 to 20, fairly weak. Whereas, yeah, so the Kaizoku were like double their health, right? Instead of 28, they are 50, and they hit 14 to 28 instead of... Yeah, Sahags are definitely easier. And XP-wise, we're talking 30. Half as many XP, but the fight is twice as fast. Okay, okay. Okay, you know what, music? I'm really struggling. I've been trying to pick some new albums for this solo challenge run, just because, you know, I want to mix it up a little bit. But both of the ones both the playlists or both the albums I've picked so far have not fit into the background very well. So, we're going back to Final Fantasy 1, and we're using the, actually, you know what? Frick that. Sorry. I know this is wasting more time on the video. I'm just having a hard day. Things aren't going the way I want. I want to just use the Pixel Remaster album. There. Very straightforward. I could use the in-game music, but I've done that lots. Okay. Here we go. Regular Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster music. Easy enough. Let's use that as encouraging music to keep us fighting here. Fortunately, we cannot kill 5 Kaizoku. I'm not even going to try. It would be great, but not today. That's an ambush. I might have tried that fight if it was not an ambush. 6 Sahags and a red Sahag? Maybe. Red Sahags are probably too spooky. Sharks are too spooky. Just kind of going through the encounter table here. Double Shark is not good. Okay. Let's not go past the first 3 then. Kaizoku, Sahag, Kaizoku. We can not win that one. I mean, we can force a group of Sahogs at least. Is this faster than, This has got to be way faster than Imps at least, right? So, I think. Hey, we got a crit! That Elf Harp doing so much extra damage. Evil amount of XP required. Gonna have to get some Bard facts in this run. I suppose, after this next fight, I'll buy that scarf. Give me a fight. Yeah. That one absorb, you know, gotta get that. Gotta get them stats. Okay, actually, maybe the problem is the in-game harp sound. I was hoping I could leave the in-game audio on, but it might be less, like, ear pain if I just turn that off. So, armor... Scarf, get... wool scarf, 1 absorb. Also, +1 evade. Ooh, value. I mean, honestly, it's not nothing. I'll take everything I can get at this point. So, we've got money. There's really nothing to buy other than potions and stuff at this point. I want to get to, like, 99 heal potions and 20 or 30 pures. And that will never be our problem, really, running out of those, I don't think. Problem is going to be getting levels efficiently and not dying to literally everything. So looting the marsh is pointless. All there is money right now. $420, that's a couple fights. Let's see if we can get a level up. See how we feel after that level up. I wish I could force the hog fights easier. Because this might be our most time-efficient XP. Like a nice big pack of 6 or 7 of these. Oddly enough. Is there anything else that could compete? I mean, there's that stuff at Marsh, but I don't think it'll be as efficient as the Sahogs, just given my first rounds. Peninsula of Power? Absolutely not. Not even remotely fair. The weakest thing would be like a few Frost Wolves, and there's no way. This fight's possible, but a bit risky. I think if you roll high and kill them in like 3, you're okay, but that does not guaranteed happen. Yeah, we're probably dead. Maybe with turn order we had a chance, but... So then, after the 3rd fight, is it straight to the sharks, or do we get another Sahag? Okay, so this is the last... So fights 2 and 4, there's a way to get a good number of Sahags. Now, this fight, first try, we'll see... The red Sahogs aren't much stronger, but they definitely hit harder than normal, so we'll see. Yeah, this is probably a bit too much. I think with good turn order, if you killed most of the Sahogs in 2 turns, maybe. And I need a full reset here, which, oddly enough, you can only... Dying does not do a full reset, so you have to load and then reset. It's kind of weird. Yeah, money's no problem. Experience will come steady. Killing wizards, though. How do we do that? I mean, today's episode, hey, we killed Garland first try, we killed Pirates first try. We actually explored all of Marsh. We've done everything we can do other than... I don't know if we were ever going to kill the wizards. I mean, ever. Eventually. 126. Depending on how many Sahags we fight, it'll level us up. So we save. Unfortunately, this is a 1 in 16 level if we want all the stats. I mean, let me double check. This is enough Sahags. So, for this fight, we are going for level... Oh, what level am I at? I miss... Is this level 9 we're going for? Or level... I think we're level 8 right now, right? If it's level 9, then the automatic is agility, intelligence, vitality, and everything else is like gravy. No strength, agility, intelligence, vitality. So that looks pretty solidly level 9. Yeah. Well, we definitely need that strength point. That'll... I actually think strength maxing is legitimately non-optional. It'll be faster to do the level ups on imps. In between, when you're not very close to a level, you know, killing something stronger will be efficient. But these fights are much quicker, and if you only need one fight, which, you know, we'll get there, we can save with a tent, because we've got lots of money now, it doesn't really matter. And when we inevitably fail 100 times in a row, we can just reload quicker. Every second of encounter can add up when you have to do this kind of grind. But hey, look, we're one-shotting imps. They literally can't survive a single attack from us anymore. So, yeah, if you can set this up, this is pretty good for trying to get those level up gains. So I think we can do one more. Even max size imp will only get 30. And then the next fight after this should be the level. Probably. And yeah, I'm not too worried. In the very beginning, I was like, maybe we won't get enough money to carry on. But now that we're killing like Kaizoku and stuff, absolutely no trouble with money. And we'll one-shot everything. So we're hoping to get strength and probably luck. That is not strength, so just reset. And unfortunately, this is where we ended the last episode. It is possible that we're going to be ending it here as well. I've done a few levels where you needed 2 stat ups now already. In fact, most of our Bard levels are going to need to go somewhat optimally. We're going to need to get a 1 in 16 because we're going to need 2 of strength, agility, vitality, and luck are missing on most levels. And I would like to get as many stats as we can because I'm very scared that we're not going to be able to... The gap between levels is going to get slower and slower and slower. So putting in the time to get optimal level ups is probably my only chance. Because legitimately, how are we killing the wizards? Even just 2. They're gonna. Well, we can look at their stats. Let's think about it while we roll for stats. Wizards. We can obviously get here and get out with a little bit of luck. 84 damage. Don't worry about their absorb or evade. So we need to be doing enough damage to kill them in, let's say, 4 attacks. That means you have to average 20. We're not there yet. They're going to hit us 30 to 60 times 2. Even if there's only 2 of them, they can kill us right now, like, in 2 hits. Maybe 3 hits. They're going to hit us for 60, 70 damage easily. They might legitimately 2-shot us. So evade will help a little bit. Even if we did 20 damage, that's 4 turns. Even if we went first on the 4th turn, we'd have to survive 6 attacks. Right now, it's not even close. Now, they could start missing, you know, that could help. But it's so far away from reality that, I mean, there's no point even trying right now. And I kind of feel like I'm going to be here for a very long time. So when we did Solo Thief, we had to get to around level 20 to kill the wizards, give or take, and then usually a little bit higher to kill Astos. There is a point where the wizards start running away. That's a backup plan, the bad plan, let's call it. I can look up what level that is. It's probably in the 20s. Backup plan. Just level up so high all the enemies run away from you. Let me see. I'll just look it up here. Hold on just a sec. FF1 wizard monster stats. There's a really good game corner guide for these that have all their stats. They have a morale of 126. So once you're at level 23, they have a chance to run. Not a very high chance, but a chance. Strength, good. Agility, intelligence, vitality, no luck. So that's like half of what we want. I am going to force the issue for luck, though. It does mean this takes longer and probably doesn't make for great video content. But this is what I'm doing. And maybe I'll just talk for a second before we end the episode, in case I might get lucky. But it generally takes around 20 reloads. 1 in 16. It's not going to be easy. Sometimes you get it real quick, but it can take a long time with bad luck. So at the end of last episode, I was doing this, and I think I got it like 2 or 3 tries after I stopped recording. So I'm kind of hoping I get similar luck here if I just stop. Strength. No luck. That was the problem last time too, wasn't it? But I do think the luck is important, because we need to not get ambushed, because we dead. We super dead. But yeah, this is kind of our life. There's no way to get 2 attacks, I think, is the problem. Well, there is a way, but it's not a fun way. 1% hit growth per level. 5 level ups. Yeah. At level 13, I mean, that's not, compared to Solo Thief, that's not too crazy. At level 13, with not this, with the slightly weaker harp, which, sure, we're losing 2 damage, but getting 2 attacks, so it's still better. At level 13, we'll get 2 attacks at, oh, we can work it out. We'll be getting +1 damage at 9, so that's 10. 4 more levels would be 2 more damage, so that's 12 base damage. -2 to go back to the old harp. So we're back to 10 damage, but 2 attacks. That would be 10 to 20 times 2. So 15 damage on average if they can't miss. So that's 30 damage on average. That is 3 hits to kill a wizard. Assuming no crits. So they would, at best case scenario, 2 wizards, attack, we hit them, attack, we hit them, and then we attack before they get a turn on the 3rd one. And we should, on average, there's no guarantee, but on average on the 3rd turn we kill them both. At level 13, that's lower than the Thief, so maybe I shouldn't complain too much. But that is with stat maxing, and 2 wizards only. And that's, okay, the other thing is, can we survive 4 attacks and get all the other luck at the same time? Well, yeah, maybe. There's a lot of things that require luck for that to work. But I think 13 with the... Because I didn't know about that scarf. The scarf might make it possible at level 13. Otherwise, we had to go to 18. And to be fair, that's still less than the Thief. Okay, there's hope. There's hope. But yeah, this is the very slow part of the grind, no doubt. So I probably don't really want to record a whole lot of this. We're at 45 minutes. This is fine. But I'll probably be here for a few days, so hey, might as well get this done off camera. That's just keeping you guys updated on what's going on, I guess. If you have suggestions in the comments, feel free to post them. If you've done something dumb like this before, maybe you know some secrets that I don't know. How to make Bard good. I would love to get this level here. Hey, we got it. So we can continue with our actual level up grind. One thing I'll do on camera, just because I forgot. Let's go to Provoka and get the rest of our songs. Something sort of progression-wise that I don't want to skip. So that level up, level 9, we got the full strength up. Was that was the +1 damage? So we are doing better damage on average, right? Like that was a good level. Every second level with stat maxing, a little bit stronger. Yeah, and the XP is going to get worse and worse. And unlike the Thief, our single target, like we're not gonna be able to fight sharks, which was like the usual grind fight for me. Yeah, our base damage is just pathetic, but oh well. So, talk to people to learn music. Let's see what we got. Song of Soothing, yeah. I guess I haven't really talked about the Bard actual skills. We could do that for a minute here, but at the end of the episode. Maybe I'll do another FF Renaissance run at some point where we use the Bard properly in a group, which is leave him dead the entire game. But other than that, I don't think we didn't actually learn Soothing. Have I missed one? I feel like I should have more than one song by now. But yeah, the way these work is while you choose an action to sing a song, and then you just sustain it as long as you want. As your character's luck goes up, it does increase it. But as soon as you stop singing, it ends. So like, you're like, hey, Blue, you could get some amount of absorb, like 8 plus something. That might be enough to survive fighting the wizards, right? Well, unfortunately, no, because you can't have one song playing in the background while you're attacking. That would be nice. Maybe after, like, maybe some of these song discussions unlock after, like, we didn't talk to all the guards after we saved Sarah. I don't know. Actually, there is a reason to talk to Sarah now that I'm thinking about it. Let's have a little chat with Princess. I took the loot. It'd be nice if we could equip the magic loot. Wouldn't that be cool? Use the loot in battle? I think not. That instrument's a priceless family heirloom. I mean, I just play it and send little notes at enemies. Unfortunately, yeah, that's not the secret final weapon for the Bard. I thought for sure we had access to more than one song this early. It's definitely possible to miss some of these, and like, you can't remember who you didn't talk to, and then you have to talk to everybody over and over again. Classic Bard jank. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really matter, because we're not gonna... I don't think we're gonna get value from any of the songs. But, in theory, we've got Absorb. There's one that gives regeneration. There's one that gives attack up. You know, the variety of different buffs. I'm sure we'll probably pick them all up as time goes on, but for now, let's just do a little bit of XP. Pad up this video a little bit more. Let's see if we can kill 4 Kaizo. Well, 5's not looking good. We do 1 more damage, right? So 10 to 20. I mean, with good turn order on the next round, we might have it. Because their numbers don't matter as much as long as they can't kill us. It's not enough damage. Next turn was necessary then, so we're dead, right? Oh, that evade! Oh, man, I bet you that turn, if I'd gotten it, would have been a win. So 5 Kaizoku might be theoretically possible with good turn order again. And some dodges, definitely some lucky dodges. So I think we cannot skip agility levels. We absolutely need to... Every 1% evade is precious. And obviously we need the strength. And obviously we need the vitality, because we need something to keep us going. We just need everything. The only one, I think intelligence might not do anything. And then luck is a bit questionable, but I think it's still too important to skip. If you have to choose one of 3 to skip, it would be luck. Like if it was like no guaranteed strength, agility, or luck, there's no way I'm gonna keep rolling for that 1 in 64 chance to get them all. So I would just let the luck go probably, and just try to get the good stats, strength and agility. That would probably be the priority: strength, agility, vitality, and then luck. Oof. Well. What about double red Sahag? Uh, this one might be on the edge of available, or edge of doable. A crit one-shot a Sahag, that's a first. Almost feeling like we're somewhat competent. Maybe. I forget how much health red Sahags have, like, maybe around 80? It's not looking good. Dang, we must have been pretty close. For science purposes, red Sahags. It's only 64. We must have been really close then, I think. I feel like we must have been quite close. So it's possible. Anyway, yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be here for a while. And I'm trying to mix and match a bit of the science along for you guys to watch along with. If you're playing along, you've got lots of time between episodes to do your own grind. Might take a few hours. Definitely will take me some hours. But yeah, this is fun. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I do enjoy trying to figure out a puzzle, and the solo FF1 runs are very much like that. I don't technically know if it's possible, but it seems viable so far. I feel like we should be able to kill the wizards eventually. I think Astos is going to be a jerk. He's going to just murder us. But I actually think we'll do better than the Thief because our attack ignores Absorb. The Thief had to 100% rely on crits. And you needed like 3 or 4 big crits to kill Astos, which took a lot of attempts. We'll do the math for him as well. We'll still need to survive long enough. And we're not going to have access to double attack, so it's just 1 attack per turn. But if we're averaging, like, let's say 17 or 18 damage, he doesn't actually have that much health. His thing is just a lot of absorb, right? So I think... Come on, get a turn. Ah, you jerk. Yeah, our grinding is a bit rough. Maybe a couple level ups and we'll be able to kill these water fights a little bit more reliable. I will spend some time thinking if there's anywhere else that is better for grinding. Obviously, near a town is pretty important, but if there was a town right by Marsh, I might try shadows and scums and stuff, but the stun lock means basically have to use a tent every fight. And maybe at some point I have so much money that I don't care. That's fair. And then we can try to save some time by getting XP a bit faster, but generally speaking, the C, I think, is the best XP. No risk of poison. Oh, right, I forgot to reset properly. I guess if you can kill ogres, you're totally good, but this is not a good ogre battle group. This is fight big packs of weak enemies. I guess... No, Geist would be terrible, because they'll stun lock us. Wolves don't drop enough XP. There's not much else on the overworld that's, like, exciting. I guess, like, arachnids have a lot of absorb. So if you could force a fight against, like, 5 or 6 arachnids, that would give you pretty good XP. Not much gold, but 1 pure potion to recover. Not too bad. Asps only come in groups of 2. Yeah, maybe a big group of arachnids. Maybe. Oddly enough. Not usually something I'm excited about, but their thing is... like a lot of things, actually. A lot of absorb. So, fighting these vanilla, you tend to do weak hits. 12 absorb is a fair bit. And 64 health. But for us, they just have 64 health. And they drop 141 gold, or XP. 141 XP, just as a comparison, is pretty good, right? That's 3 Sahags. More than 3 Sahags. Almost 5 Sahags. And you can get a pack of like 4 or 5. I think it goes up to 5. Maybe even 6 arachnids. That's a lot of XP if we could win. So even if it took a bit of setup, that would be pretty good. Yeah. And similarly, I think, just to look at a couple things before I wrap this up. Other enemies that could be grindable. Harder to set up, but potentially these scums. Pretty easy to kill, just annoying with poison. Easy for us, but not very many other people. That's kind of a unique bard advantage. Shadows, I'm pretty sure we could kill. 90 experience-ish for both. Compared to that's 3 Sahogs each, right? That's okay. Other things that we can run into... Boy, if we could fight slimes a little bit later, that would work out pretty well. Is there any other big packs around? I'm trying to think of all the encounter groups we have access to that might be interesting. There are werewolf grimp packs. Certainly could beat werewolves if we wanted. Well, maybe not easily, but I think they're doable. Most of these undead are just... Yeah, the stun touch is too much. Even zombies we could kill, but they're not worth that much XP. They're around the Chaos Shrine. Yeah, shadows and scums, maybe. What about oozes? They hit pretty hard. Or mucks, that's what they're called. They're really good for XP. They come in fairly... I think if you're doing like fighter or monk, you could, especially fighter with your own good absorb, you could definitely take a few of these fights around Earth or around Marsh and get pretty good solo XP gains from them, and if you just fight 1 or 2 at a time. But for a AoE caster, not great. I probably don't want to deal with Arbones, they're too tanky. Is there anything else potentially? We're not strong. We're not even... If you could one-shot Geists, maybe, but we're nowhere near that. Same thing with ghouls. If you could force a 6-pack of these that you could one-shot, then maybe, but I don't see a way of doing that. Gerwolves, honestly, might not be the worst idea. XP is 3 Sahogs each. And you can definitely get large packs of these guys, although a lot of times it's just regular wolves, but maybe Gerwolves become viable as we start grinding. Last page. Definitely not gargoyles. Bones aren't worth enough. Asps are pretty similar to arachnids. Yeah. So, if you had larger groups, if we had Earth Cave groups of asps that come up to like 9, that'd be okay, but we don't have that. So yeah, I think that kind of covers my planning. And I'm probably going to stick to the sea mostly because it's close to a full heal. But I'll try out some of the other potential grinds as I, get bored with one spot. And next time, I'll come back at least level 13. And I'll see about getting a crown and killing Astos. And then we'll figure out what the next problem is after that, because I haven't thought too far ahead just yet. But I've got lots of time to plan that out. So anyway... here's your update video. Thanks for watching. We'll continue this solo grind and see how it goes. Have a great day.